It is 3 in the morning. The house is silent. You have finally, after what felt like hours, gotten the baby to sleep. And you are lying in the dark, eyes closed, almost there yourself when you hear it. Your baby is laughing, not crying, not fussing, laughing. A real, full, unmistakable laugh, coming from a tiny human who is sound asleep, eyes closed, body still, laughing at something that only they can see. And in that moment, in the dark, at 3 in the morning, you think one of two things. Either my baby is dreaming something wonderful, or something is in that room that I cannot see. Neither of those is correct, because what is actually happening inside your
Eyes
baby's
closed.
brain when they
Body
laugh in their
still.
sleep is not dreamy,
Laughing at
and it is
something
not
that
supernatural.
only they
It is
can
something
see.
far more extraordinary. It is construction. Let us start with what most people believe. Your baby is laughing in their sleep because they are having a happy dream. Maybe they are dreaming about feeding, about being held, about your face. It is a sweet explanation. It also happens to be almost entirely unsupported by what we know about infant neuroscience. Here is the problem. Dreaming, the kind that involves narrative, imagery, a sense of self moving through a scene, requires a level of cognitive architecture that infant brains do not yet possess. The prefrontal cortex, the region responsible for constructing the storylines we experience in dreams, is barely functional in the first months of life. The visual cortex is still calibrating. The memory systems that allow you to replay experiences during sleep are not yet wired. So if your baby is not dreaming in the way you dream, what is happening? The answer came from a field of research that most parents have never heard of. It involves something called active sleep. And it turns out that when your baby laughs at 3 in the morning, their brain is not replaying the day. It is rehearsing the future. And while we are here, let us address the other theory. The one that lives on the internet. The one that says babies laugh at night because they can see spirits or entities that adults cannot perceive. This idea is surprisingly common, and it taps into something real. The experience of watching your baby laugh at nothing in a dark room at 3 in the morning is genuinely unsettling. But the neuroscience behind it is not supernatural. It is developmental. And once you understand it, it is actually more remarkable than any ghost story. Your baby's sleep is nothing like yours. When you fall asleep, you pass through distinct stages: light sleep, deep sleep, then REM sleep, where most of your dreaming occurs. Adults spend about 20% of sleep in REM. It is a relatively small portion of the night. Your baby spends 50% of their sleep in what scientists call active sleep. 50%. Half of every nap, half of every night. Their brain is in a state that looks like REM, but behaves very differently. During adult REM sleep, your muscles are paralyzed. Your body goes still while your brain dreams. But during infant active sleep, the muscles are not paralyzed. The body moves, the face moves, the limbs twitch, the mouth makes sucking motions, and the facial muscles produce full, complex expressions, frowns, grimaces, and smiles, and sometimes laughter. Researchers have documented this extensively. During active sleep, infants display facial expressions that they have not yet produced while awake. The first smile a baby ever makes typically occurs during sleep, days before it appears in waking life. The laugh follows the same pattern. Your baby is not laughing at a dream. They are rehearsing an expression they have not yet learned to use. In 1966, a sleep researcher named Howard Roffwarg proposed something radical. He noticed that the amount of REM sleep was extraordinarily high in newborns and decreased steadily with age. He asked a simple question: why would a newborn need so much REM sleep? His answer became one of the foundational theories of developmental neuroscience. Roffwarg proposed that REM sleep in infants is not for dreaming. It is for building the brain. The intense neural activity during active sleep provides the stimulation that developing circuits need to organize themselves. Without external experience to drive development, the sleeping brain generates its own stimulation from the inside. Think of it this way. During the day, your baby's brain is learning from the world. During active sleep, the brain takes everything it absorbed and uses it as raw material to build neural architecture. It is not resting. It is constructing. In 2020, a team of researchers at UCLA published a landmark analysis in Science Advances that confirmed and extended Roffwarg's hypothesis. Led by sleep and neuroscientist Gina Poe, the team analyzed data across species and developmental stages and found that the primary role of sleep shifts dramatically in the first years of life. Before approximately 2.5 years of age, the dominant function of sleep is neural reorganization. The brain is building, pruning, wiring. After that age, the primary function shifts toward maintenance and repair, the function we typically associate with sleep in adults. The implication is extraordinary. When your baby sleeps, they are not doing what you do when you sleep. You are recharging. They are being built. And here is the detail that explains the laughter. During active sleep, the infant brain is engaged in two simultaneous processes. It is forming new synaptic connections, over 1 million new connections per second in the first year of life, and it is pruning away connections that are not being used. This is called synaptic pruning, and it is one of the most important processes in human development. The infant brain is born with far more synapses than it needs. It overproduces massively, then sculpts. The connections that get reinforced by experience survive. The ones that do not get used are eliminated. Research published in Nature Neuroscience has shown that REM sleep plays a direct role in this process. During REM, calcium spikes in the dendrites of neurons, selectively strengthen some new synapses, and eliminate others. The brain is editing itself in real time. And the twitches, the grimaces, the smiles, the laughter, those are not random. They are the output of neural circuits being tested. The motor cortex fires a pattern. The facial muscles respond. The brain checks the result. Did the circuit work? Did the signal reach the right muscles? If it did, the connection is strengthened. If it did not, it is pruned. When your baby laughs in their sleep at 3 in the morning, you are hearing the sound of a neural circuit being tested and approved. That laugh is a successful test run of the facial expression system. The brain built it, fired it, and it worked. And there is a reason it happens at 3 in the morning specifically. Infant sleep cycles are shorter than adult cycles, roughly 50 to 60 minutes, compared to 90 minutes for adults. As the night progresses, the proportion of active sleep in each cycle increases. By the early morning hours, your baby is spending the highest percentage of their sleep in the most neurologically active state. 3 in the morning is not when your baby's brain is quietest. It is when the brain is working hardest. The construction crew is running the night shift. And sometimes, the machinery makes noise. So I want you to hold this image. The next time you are lying in the dark at 3 in the morning and you hear your baby laugh, I want you to know what that sound actually is. It is not a dream. Your baby does not yet have the neural architecture to dream the way you do. It is not a ghost. There is nothing in the room but you and your child. It is a brain under construction, testing the systems it is building, running trial activations of circuits that will one day produce the laugh you hear across a playground, the smile you see at a birthday party, the grin they flash you when they are 16 and think they are getting away with something. Every expression they will ever make is being prototyped in their sleep right now. And you are hearing the rehearsal. There is something else worth knowing. The amount and quality of active sleep your baby gets directly influences how well these circuits are built. Research has shown that infants with more mature sleep patterns in the neonatal period score higher on cognitive development assessments at 6 months of age. Sleep is not downtime for your baby. It is the most productive period of their entire day. So the next time someone tells you to wake the baby because they have been sleeping too long, consider what you now know. That baby is not wasting time. They are building a brain. And the longer you let them build, the stronger the architecture becomes. Now, I need to tell you about the one pattern that is worth paying attention to. Because just as in the previous videos, there is a distinction that matters. Smiling and laughing during sleep is normal. It is healthy. It is a sign that your baby's brain is developing as it should. But there is a rare condition called gelastic seizures, in which episodes of uncontrollable laughter can occur during sleep. These episodes typically last 10 to 20 seconds, may cause the baby to wake up during the laughter, and are often accompanied by other movements like lip smacking or body stiffening. If you notice laughter that seems unusually intense, that wakes your baby repeatedly, or that is accompanied by other physical symptoms, that is worth a conversation with your pediatrician. In the vast majority of cases, what you are seeing is perfectly normal active sleep. But as always, trust your instincts. You know your baby. That conversation is never wasted. So the next time you hear your baby laugh in the dark, at 3 in the morning, in a silent house, remember what that sound really is. It is not a dream. It is not a ghost. It is a brain running the night shift, testing a million new circuits, rehearsing the expressions that will define a lifetime. And you are lucky enough to hear the rehearsal before the performance begins. If this changed how you hear those midnight laughs, subscribe to this channel, drop a comment below. Has your baby done this? Laughed out loud in their sleep and made you wonder what on earth is going on in that tiny head?